Captain Marcus Kane moved quietly through the dark corridors of the alien high ship. The air was thick and heavy, smelling strange and sharp. His heart beat fast, but his steps were steady. The war had lasted for years, and this mission was the most dangerous one yet. The human forces needed to find the alien queen and stop her. If they failed, the war would never end. Marcus was trained for this, a soldier born for battle. But nothing could prepare him for what he would face inside this living ship. The walls pulsed with a strange, soft glow. The hive seemed alive, almost breathing. Strange noises echoed through the tunnels, clicks, screeches, and whispers he could not understand. He kept his rifle ready, eyes sharp. Every shadow could hide a deadly enemy. After what felt like hours, Marcus reached a vast chamber. It was huge, like a throne room, but made of strange organic material. In the center, sitting on a large twisted throne, was the alien queen. She was enormous, her body covered in smooth armor-like skin that shimmered with colors Marcus had never seen. Her eyes glowed a deep, frightening red, but it was her presence that was most terrifying. She was the ruler of this species, the mother of thousands of warriors, and the key to their power. Marcus raised his rifle, aiming carefully. The queen's eyes locked onto him. For a moment, neither moved. Then, with a sudden roar, the queen rose and lunged at Marcus. He fired, but she was fast. Her long limbs moved like lightning. Marcus dodged and rolled, barely escaping her claws. The fight was brutal. The queen was strong and smart, and Marcus had to use all his training to survive. Suddenly, Marcus saw an opening. He charged and tackled the queen. In the struggle, something strange happened. The queen's body touched his, and a sudden shock went through him. It was like an electric pulse that connected them. Marcus tried to pull away, but the connection was too strong. The queen looked at him with wide eyes, confused and scared. Marcus felt something growing inside him, something alien and powerful. The battle stopped for a moment. Both of them were surprised. Marcus knew this was no ordinary fight anymore. He was part of something bigger now, something that could change everything. In the quiet chamber, a new story was beginning. One that no one expected, not even Marcus or the alien queen. Marcus lay on the cold floor of the hive chamber, breathing hard. The strange pulse between him and the alien queen still buzzed in his body. He had never felt anything like it before. His hands shook as he tried to make sense of what had happened. The queen sat back on her throne, watching him carefully. She was no longer the fierce enemy Marcus had expected. Instead, she looked confused and unsure. The battle had stopped, but something strange was happening between them. Marcus slowly stood up. What just happened?" he asked, his voice low and cautious. The queen's glowing red eyes narrowed, but she did not attack. Instead, a soft sound came from her throat, a kind of alien growl, but it sounded almost like a question. Marcus didn't understand the sound, but he felt it was important. He raised his hand slowly, trying not to scare her. The queen moved closer, her huge face just inches from his. Then, without warning, she reached out with one long, smooth finger and touched his chest. Marcus flinched, expecting pain. But instead, he felt warmth spreading inside him. The shock from before returned, stronger this time. He staggered backward. Suddenly, Marcus felt a strange sensation deep inside his body, like something was waking up. He clutched his stomach, confused and scared. "What's happening to me?" he whispered. The queen watched quietly, her eyes steady. It was clear she didn't fully understand it either. Back on Earth, Marcus's commanders were receiving urgent reports. The high ship was quiet now. No signs of fighting. Then the sensors picked up something unusual, an energy signature unlike anything they had seen. They quickly sent a special message to Marcus. "Report your status immediately," the message said. Marcus looked at his communicator, then back at the queen. He had no answers. In the silence between them, an idea formed. If they could understand what was happening, maybe they could find a way to end the war without more bloodshed. But first, Marcus had to survive this strange change inside him. And the Queen had to trust the enemy she had always hated. As the hours passed, Marcus felt the connection growing stronger. It was like the Queen's life was now tied to his own. Every breath, every heartbeat seemed linked. Marcus realized one terrifying truth. The alien biology was somehow mixing with his human body. This was no accident. It was a new kind of bond, one that neither side had ever seen. He looked into the Queen's eyes and saw fear, hope, and something else, curiosity. For the first time, Marcus understood that this battle was not just about weapons or power. It was about survival in a way no one had imagined. And the war, for now, was paused. The alien Queen sat alone in her dark chamber, her thoughts heavy and troubled. She was the ruler of her people, the mother of thousands, and the source of their strength. But now something strange had happened, something that no queen had ever faced before. She looked at her large hands, feeling a strange warmth inside her. The connection with the human soldier, Marcus Kane, was growing stronger every hour. The strange bond between them was unlike anything she had ever experienced. It was confusing, even frightening. Her advisors, the warrior leaders, waited outside her chamber. They were anxious and angry. They did not understand why the Queen had stopped the attack and allowed the human to live. They'd whispered about betrayal and weakness. The Queen knew their feelings. She felt torn between her duty to her people and the strange new connection she shared with the enemy. She stood slowly, her great body casting a shadow across the room. She spoke aloud, even though no one was there to answer. If this bond means the future of our species, can I trust it? Can I trust him? The Queen remembered the moment when Marcus had touched her, and the shock they both felt. That moment had changed everything. She was not just a ruler anymore. She was connected to a human life in a way that defied all rules. She felt something growing inside her, something that was not alien or human but a new life, a mixture of both. This scared her. What would happen if this new life was born? Would it be strong? Would it survive? Her mind raced with questions. Could she protect her people and this new life at the same time? Could the war end with this strange accident? Outside the chamber, the warrior leaders grew impatient. They demanded action. The human is our enemy. He must be destroyed, they said fiercely. But the Queen stood firm. No, she said. This is different. This is not war anymore. The words surprised her advisors. They could not understand. To them, weakness was death. But the Queen knew that strength sometimes came from change. Meanwhile, Marcus was still inside the high ship, feeling the strange connection grow. He knew the Queen was struggling too. They were bound together now, not by choice but by fate. Marcus wondered what his commanders would think when they learned the truth. Would they see him as a hero or a traitor? Could he explain the strange bond to them? He looked at the glowing walls around him and thought about the war. Fighting had brought pain and loss to both sides. Maybe this bond was the key to peace. But the Queen's dilemma was clear. She had to choose between the survival of her people and the strange hope this new life offered. The chamber grew quiet again. Both Queen and soldier waited, caught between fear and hope, enemies, and something more. The future of two worlds rested on their shoulders. Back on Earth, the war room was filled with tension. The commanders had received strange reports from the high ship, reports that didn't make sense. The fight had stopped suddenly, and the sensors showed an unusual energy signature inside the enemy's stronghold. General Harris stood at the front, looking at the screen. His eyes were sharp, but confusion filled his voice. What's going on out there? Why has the enemy stopped attacking? His officers exchanged uneasy glances. Then the communicator beeped. It was a direct message from Captain Marcus Kane. Harris, I'm alive, Marcus said, voice calm but tired. And I'm with the alien Queen. There was silence in the room. The idea was unbelievable. Marcus, a soldier on a dangerous mission, was now inside the enemy high ship, and apparently alive. Worse, he was somehow linked to the Queen. General Harris rubbed his chin. Linked how? What do you mean, Captain? Marcus explained briefly, careful with his words. There was an accident during the fight. Some kind of biological reaction. I'm connected to her. We're bonded. The room filled with shocked whispers. Some officers shook their heads in disbelief. Others looked thoughtful. We have a chance here, said Dr. Elena Royce, the military's lead scientist. If we study this bond, we could learn about their biology. Maybe even find a way to end the war without more bloodshed. General Harris nodded slowly. We can't ignore this. Captain Kane's safety is important, but so does the information we can get from this connection. He made a decision. We're sending a special team of scientists and diplomats to the high ship. They will work with Captain Kane to understand what's happening. Meanwhile, Marcus sat inside the hive, watching the Queen carefully. He knew he was a prisoner, but something was different now. The Queen wasn't just a leader. She was part of him. He felt the strange bond growing stronger. It was like their lives were tied together by an invisible thread. Marcus wondered what this meant for the war. Could the enemy, the Queen, be convinced to stop fighting? Could he help bring peace? Days passed. The special team arrived, careful not to provoke the alien warriors outside. Marcus met with the scientists and explained everything he could. The Queen observed quietly. She didn't trust these new visitors, but she sensed something different in Marcus. He was no longer just a soldier. He was a bridge between two worlds. Dr. Royce approached the Queen slowly, speaking with calm respect. We want to understand. We want peace. The Queen's eyes flickered. For the first time, a small hope appeared on her face. Marcus felt something he had never felt in war. Possibility. The future was unclear, but for now, the war had a new player. The strange bond between a human soldier and an alien queen. And that bond could change everything. The high ship hummed with a low, steady sound. Marcus Kane walked slowly beside the alien queen, feeling the strange bond between them grow stronger each day. Neither of them fully understood what was happening, but they knew they had to work together, if only to survive. Outside the Queen's chamber, the alien warriors paced angrily. They whispered among themselves about betrayal. To them, Marcus was the enemy, but the Queen refused to fight him. That was something no one had ever seen before. Marcus glanced at the Queen. Why are you protecting me? He asked quietly. The Queen looked at him with her glowing red eyes. Because you are part of me now, she said. This bond changes everything. Marcus thought about the soldiers waiting for him back on Earth. They saw aliens only as enemies. But here, inside the hive, things were different. The Queen was not just a monster. She was a leader with fears and hopes, just like him. Slowly, an uneasy alliance began. Marcus shared stories of humans, their strengths and their fears. The Queen told him about her people, their struggles, and the price they paid to survive. Despite the tension, they found moments of understanding. Marcus learned that the Queen's species was not just about war. They had families, dreams, and a deep connection to their home planet. But their alliance was dangerous. Both sides saw it as a threat. The alien warriors wanted to kill Marcus. Some human leaders back home called him a traitor. One day, a group of alien soldiers burst into the Queen's chamber, weapons raised. You betray your people, they shouted. The Queen stood tall, her voice strong. This is not betrayal. It is survival. We must change. Marcus stepped forward, raising his hands. I don't want to fight anymore. Neither does she. The soldiers hesitated, unsure what to do. The bond between Marcus and the Queen was clear. They could not break it without destroying themselves. That night, Marcus and the Queen met in the chamber again. We are not just bound by accident, Marcus said. We are bound by a future that both our peoples need. The queen nodded slowly. Yes, but we must be careful. Many will try to stop us. Their alliance was forbidden by tradition and fear, but it was real. Together, they began to plan. They would use their bond to find a new way, one that could bring peace to their warring worlds. But the danger was real. Enemies lurked in every shadow, ready to strike. Still, Marcus and the Queen believed in something new, something powerful. The future was uncertain, but for the first time, hope burned bright inside the dark hive. Days passed quietly inside the hide ship, but Marcus Kane felt changes deep within him. The strange bond with the alien queen was no longer just a connection. It was something growing. He could feel it like a small fire burning inside his chest. One morning, Marcus woke feeling weak and dizzy. He steadied himself against the wall and took a deep breath. This was unlike anything he had ever experienced. He didn't know what was happening to him, but he knew it was connected to the queen. The queen noticed Marcus's change immediately. Her sharp eyes studied him closely. She moved beside him and spoke in her low, calm voice. "You are changing," she said. "The bond is stronger now." Marcus nodded slowly. "I feel it. Something inside me. It's growing." The scientists from Earth arrived soon after, curious and concerned. Dr. Elena Royce examined Marcus carefully. She spoke quietly to her team. "This is not just a bond anymore. Marcus is carrying something that has never been seen before." Marcus listened, trying to understand. He was scared but also determined. Whatever this was, he would face it head-on. The queen stayed near Marcus. For the first time, Marcus saw her softer side. She was protective and careful, like a mother watching over her child. "Your body is changing because of the life inside you," the queen explained. "It is our future." Marcus struggled with the idea. He had never imagined becoming part of the alien's life in this way, but he trusted the queen. And he trusted himself. The bond between them grew stronger every day. They shared thoughts and feelings in ways Marcus could not explain. It was as if their minds were connected. Outside, the alien warriors grew restless. Rumors spread about Marcus's condition. Some were afraid, others curious. But no one dared to challenge the queen's decision to keep him alive. On Earth, news of the strange pregnancy reached the leaders. Some called it a miracle, others a threat. The war room buzzed with debate. Meanwhile, Marcus trained to stay strong despite the changes. He knew the child growing inside him would be different, part human, part alien. One night, Marcus and the queen sat together in the quiet chamber. "This child is a symbol," the queen said softly, "a symbol of hope and unity." Marcus looked at her, hope shining in his eyes. "Then we must protect it, no matter what." They both knew dangers awaited them, from enemies who hated the idea and from the unknown future of this new life. But they had a mission now greater than war or fear. They had to protect the future. And that future was growing inside Marcus. The quiet inside the hide ship did not last. Rumors of the strange bond between Captain Marcus Kane and the alien queen spread quickly among the alien warriors. Many of them were angry and scared. To them, Marcus was a traitor and a danger to their species. One cold day, a group of elite alien soldiers gathered near the queen's chamber. Their leader, a fierce warrior named Drac, spoke with a voice full of anger. "The queen has broken the sacred laws. She has allowed the enemy to live. And worse, to carry new life inside him." The soldiers growled in agreement. "We must act. The future of our species is at risk." Inside the chamber, Marcus was training, trying to keep his body strong despite the strange changes growing within him. The queen watched him silently, worried but calm. Suddenly, the door to the chamber burst open. Drac and his soldiers stormed inside, weapons drawn. "Queen," Drac shouted, "you have betrayed us all. Surrender the human now." The queen stood tall, her glowing eyes fierce. "I will protect what is inside him. This life is our future." Marcus stepped forward, raising his hands. I don't want to fight, but I will defend what's inside me." The soldiers hesitated for a moment, shocked by Marcus's courage. Then they attacked. The fight was fierce. Marcus used all his training and strength to defend himself and the queen. The queen moved with power and grace, striking down any soldier who came too close. But the enemy was many. The chamber echoed with the sounds of battle, shouts, growls, and the clash of weapons. Outside the chamber, other alien warriors heard the fight and began to gather. The queen's control over her people was weakening. Marcus felt the strange life inside him move. It was as if the child could feel the danger too. During the fight, Marcus and the queen exchanged a quick look. They understood. They had to survive this attack to protect the future. Marcus found an opening and used it to disable one of the soldiers. The queen unleashed a powerful energy blast, forcing the others to retreat. The chamber fell silent. Drac and the remaining soldiers backed away, growling in frustration. "This is not over," Drac warned. "The true war has just begun." The queen turned to Marcus. "They will not stop until they destroy what we share." Marcus nodded, determination burning in his eyes. "Then we fight, not just for us, but for everyone's future." The bond between them felt stronger than ever. It was more than survival now. It was a fight for hope, for peace, and for a new beginning. Outside the chamber, the war was far from over. But inside, a new battle had begun, one that would change everything. The high ship was quiet again, but the tension was high. Marcus Kane felt the strange life inside him grow stronger every day. The bond with the alien queen was deeper than ever, and both knew that soon everything would change. One morning, Marcus woke feeling different. His body ached, but there was also a sense of calm. The child inside was ready to be born. The queen appeared beside him, her glowing eyes soft with care. "It is time," she said gently. "Our future begins now." Marcus took a deep breath, feeling both fear and hope. He was about to become the father of something no one had ever seen, a hybrid child, born of two worlds. The chamber was prepared by the alien healers. Strange lights and soft sounds surrounded them as the queen and Marcus waited together. It was a moment unlike any other, full of power and mystery. The birth was difficult. Marcus gritted his teeth through the pain, feeling the life inside him moving closer to the world. The queen stood nearby, her presence strong and steady. Suddenly, with a final push, the child was born. The room filled with a soft glow. The hybrid infant was small but perfect, its skin a mix of human warmth and alien shimmer. It had bright eyes, curious and clear, looking at the world for the first time. Marcus reached out, tears in his eyes, and held the child gently. "Welcome to the world," he whispered. The queen stepped forward, her voice full of pride. "This child is more than life. It is hope." News of the birth spread quickly through the high ship and to the human forces. Both sides were shocked. Some feared the child would be a weapon. Others saw it as a miracle. Marcus and the queen knew the truth. The child was a new beginning, a symbol that war could end, and two species could unite. But the birth also brought new challenges. Many warriors still saw the child as a threat. The human leaders debated how to handle this new life. Marcus held the child close, feeling the bond stronger than ever. He promised to protect it, no matter the cost. The queen stood beside him, ready to defend the future they had created together. The hybrid child was not just their child. It was the key to a new world. A world where humans and aliens could live together. The birth was only the start. The news of the hybrid child's birth spread across both human and alien worlds. It was a shock that many could not believe. Some saw it as a threat, an abomination. Others saw it as a chance for peace. In the human war room, General Harris stared at the screen, listening to reports. "This changes everything," he said quietly. "We must think carefully." Leaders on both sides agreed to a ceasefire, at least for now. The hybrid child was a symbol neither could ignore. Marcus Kane and the alien queen became unlikely ambassadors. Together, they traveled between worlds, speaking to humans and aliens alike. Their message was simple but powerful. Peace was possible. At first, many were angry. Some soldiers and warriors did not trust the queen or Marcus. But over time, people began to listen. Marcus met families who had lost loved ones in the war. He shared stories of the hybrid child's birth, of hope and change. The queen met alien leaders who were ready to put down their weapons. The hybrid child grew quickly, learning from both parents. It was strong and curious, a living sign that the future could be different. Marcus often watched the child play and learn. He felt a deep pride and hope. This was more than a child. It was the start of a new era. One evening, as the sun set over the human colony, Marcus and the queen stood together, watching the horizon. "This is only the beginning," Marcus said. "There will be challenges ahead." The queen nodded. "But together, we will face them." The peace talks continued, slow but steady. Old enemies found new reasons to work together. Trade agreements were made. Shared technology helped both species. Children of both species played together in schools. New cities rose, built by human and alien hands. The hybrid child grew, becoming a symbol of unity and strength. Both humans and aliens saw in it the future they hoped for. Marcus and the queen knew the road ahead would not be easy. There would be those who wanted to destroy what they had built. But for the first time, in a long time, the galaxy felt hopeful. A new dawn had come.